Hello, listeners, and welcome to Spooky Time with Mike and Mindy.
Hi, spookers.
Hello, everyone.
So, this episode is not going to be about Fright Fest because I am feeling super sick.
Yeah. She stayed home from work today, but
Yeah.
still worked while being at home, but
Yeah.
not spreading.
Not spreading disease. I
Yes.
kept that to myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I have something fun for us to do this weekend since we're going to be staying in while I try to get better.
And full disclosure, I would say that I have intentionally stayed mostly in the dark on the subject to allow Mindy the wonderful opportunity for not only my benefit, but the listener's benefit of fully explaining and describing what this is.
Yeah, so I listened to this amazing podcast called Two Girls, One Ghost.
Plug! Yeah.
And I'm like super behind and I've been binge listening. But they mentioned this in like an ad and I'm like, oh, I'm never going to buy like anything from their ads and stuff because like whatever. But I was like, oh, this kind of intrigued me. It's called Empty Faces. It's from the people that made Hunt a Killer, which is also like all over my Facebook, like, oh, you should play this, it's totally up your alley, like sponsored ads constantly. And I'm like, no, Mike's not like really into true crime, that's not really our style. Like, I would want to play it, and if he really enjoys this one, maybe we'll get into that one after we also play the other one that we'll tell you guys about, but that's not this episode. So Empty Faces is a subscription box, but it's kind of like a real life escape room. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That you get to play at home with your spouse or your friends or whoever, and kind of work through a box that's delivered to you every month. Empty Faces specifically for this version has 3 seasons, they call them. So the first one is the woods, and then you have the mountain, and then you have the mines. And each episode or each season is broken down into episodes so that you have to solve that episode to go along with the story each month.
So an episode per month.
Yes.
So each month they mail to you an episode.
Yes.
In the form of a box that you receive,
Yes.
which contains...
The box will contain clues and ciphers and other items to help you figure out the story and solve the whatever case. Empty Faces is a paranormal storyline specifically, which I thought was more our sort of thing since we like that kind of stuff.
Sure.
I picked this one because I'm really into it, but I also picked the alien one, which we'll play that one as well and discuss that one in a different episode because I know Mike likes alien stuff. So pretty much what...
As a quick shout out to all the brave souls storming Area 51 while we speak at time of recording.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They are actually there. All right.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go, but yeah, so it's essentially a subscription box but a fun game. When I was younger, I was telling you that for a few months while my parents could afford it, I was allowed to be a part of like this other subscription thing for kids that was like a detective sort of game where you were delivered a confidential envelope and you had to like solve who stole like the sandwiches or whatever. And I thought it was super fun and I always played it like by myself, but knowing that there's games like this out there
It
that
has created a lifelong obsession. Mindy, do you feel at the core of your need for monthly things, did it begin at that moment?
maybe it probably did.
I just need to know if I can call up your mother and blame her.
Honestly, she probably won't even remember. And it's possible that I was gifted like 3 months or something of this other subscription by someone else. And it wasn't even her. Or it was like here's this for free for a few months. Why don't you pay for it now?
Oh.
So she probably doesn't even remember, honestly.
I'll have to find out. And then just to be clear to the listeners that may have lost the context that I didn't provide, I'm not chiding Mindy on this recent adventure because it is something new. I'm just commenting or remarking or trying to get to the bottom of where it all began, because for
I love subscription
many
boxes.
years Mindy keeps subscribing to monthly things of all sorts and varieties.
I've had stationary ones. I've had makeup ones. I currently have Kinder Beauty. And now we have Empty Faces and Earthbreak. So,
Yeah.
But I thought Empty Faces and Earthbreak are things that we can do together. And I don't want to just keep like watching movies or sitting at home, during the week. I want to be able to like spend time with you and talk to you. And like, I think it'll be fun or frustrating or funstrating.
As long as it is not putting together the desk that we record this podcast on, I'll be fine. I think that was the most trying night of our relationship, and in no way were we anywhere close to being done, but I was beyond frustrated with this thing.
Yeah.
So that pushed me to the limits. So I'm assuming this will not do that, because there won't be a lot of physicality to it.
Right.
It'll be more
mind, and you just kind of sit at a table and look at the clues and stuff.
and stare at each other.
Yeah.
And then stare at the clues.
Well, you can have a beer and
then
like
stare
relax
back at each
and stop being weird.
Whatever.
So the way, like, I think we're gonna do podcast episodes about these boxes and what's in them and kind of how we solve them, and there will not be spoilers. There will not be spoilers?
Or if there are, we'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll let you know if there are spoilers. With this first box, it's really just going to be setting the storyline for The Woods. I don't think we get a lot from it. I've read that there's only it only takes an hour or so to figure out this first box, but then it gets harder and harder. So, and it's just to set the stage.
I always hate when they're like, it should take about blah.
Well, they didn't say that.
Then when it's twice as long as I've been at it, I'm like, well, what the hell's wrong with me?
Well, they didn't say that. It was what I've seen. There's a...
I know.
Well, I was going to say, there is a community out there where there's a Facebook group and there is an Empty Faces forum as well that doesn't contain... It contains spoilers, but you have to dig into each of the topics in order to actually get those spoilers, so that you can actually work with other people around the world that are also going through this storyline, which I think is really cool.
So you can share in the frustration,
yeah.
or you can what am I trying to say? Find another person to cheer you on, or to share in the joyous experience of solving it. And I do have to ask: is the name of it Empty Facebook Group?
No, it's just Empty Faces Official or something.
Missed opportunity.
But yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a fan group called that.
Maybe, and if not, maybe we'll start one. No, just kidding. Like we need another.
We don't need another thing.
No, we don't need another thing. All right. So good to know. So should take about an hour, and I understand that the game creators, I think it's safe to call it a game.
It is a game.
It's a puzzle or a game.
That was the whole point. I actually read a little bit about the history of Hunt a Killer, and it started with two guys that wanted to create like a weekend-long murder mystery type of event. And it was back in, I think, 2015 or 2016. And they were like, oh, you know what? This just isn't going to reach all the people that we wanted to. And we want to have these experiences for everyone. And so that's where Hunt a Killer came from. And now Empty Faces is actually complete. All three seasons are already out. So the new one is Earthbreak.
We're kind of behind.
We're behind.
Yeah.
We're behind a lot.
Now, one thing that I thought was interesting about Earthbreak and Empty Faces so far, since I am relatively in the dark, intentionally so that I can learn along with you guys.
Yeah.
One of the things I thought was interesting is the incorporation of numerous forms of media. So, you played for me a little bit ago a audio instruction something.
Oh, yeah. So in the first email that we received, there's sort of instructions and introducing you to Empty Faces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I just thought that's interesting. It's not just
yeah, there's video
a puzzle board.
Yeah.
It's not just this. It's like a multimedia experience. There's email. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's emails. There's these things that they send you in the mail. There's, in some cases, podcasts or audio.
And they actually seem to also have an online site where you have to get passwords and figure those out, and then you go onto that website and then break the code, and then you get more hints and stuff that way too. So like it's just on so many different levels for these games, which I'm really excited about. So
yeah.
And it's just something new and something fun to do because, I don't know, I just felt like we needed something more, especially going into winter in Wisconsin. Like, I just wanted something fun to do at home. What?
No, it's fine. Yeah, I agree. Something to look forward to. Well, all right. Should we do... Oh, sorry. Is there anything else on the agenda, or can we open the box?
I did forget to mention that, if you guys noticed, we have new intro music.
Oh, yes, the housekeeping.
Yeah, that was it. I was just really excited about it. I wanted to change it up.
Hope you like it, and if you don't
Too
talk
bad.
don't talk to us about it. We don't care. No,
you definitely can tell us if it's
you can.
Not that great.
What we're trying to do is source all of our supporting music from one place, so that the credits don't need to be a CVS receipt or a Star Wars opening credits of credits.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. As you can tell, it's Friday. I'm sick. This podcast, hopefully, it will make sense.
Hopefully. And as you can tell, after another 50-plus hour work week, my brain is... Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I will do my best.
Let's open the box. I wanted to open the box on the podcast because then we have to, talk about what's in it. I can always put in, a...
No. That was the sound I made. Ooh. What's this?
I don't know.
What's this?
Oh, so the box is actually really nice. It's all black and it has the woods on the front and it looks really fun. So it looks like the first thing that comes out is a fun notebook with some sort of symbols
on the front.
I don't know what. Oh, it even has a pen holder on it. It's really nice, actually. I'm definitely gonna use it for the game because it'll be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Smelling a new book.
New book smell. So this is a sheet. Oh.
A checklist.
A checklist
for what's
sheet.
coming
There's
in the box.
There's a password at the bottom. It references a website, and it says it contains 7 items. You're supposed to write down what the 7 items are.
Okay, I'll do that.
And then it's got where to go on Facebook, where to go on Instagram, and the hashtag for it. Share your experiences for a chance to win your next month free.
Ooh, fun. Okay. Yeah, so I'll use this as an inventory list of what we pull out.
Yep, and then we have a start here booklet with a very creepy face on it.
Yikes. Yeah, so this is paranormal, so I'm assuming they keep mentioning the darkness. So let's delve in. What kind of
darkness? It's got first steps, resources, how to play. So how to play pretty much.
And then a little bit of ads for their other stuff.
Exercise patience and calm down. It's just a game.
Is that what it says?
No, but that's pretty much
that's how you read it.
If this could be summarized into a phrase.
Yeah.
The booklet is how not to become overly frustrated and drag us on social media, is what that would say. If it
do
were
either of these count, do you think, as items that I need to write down?
Honest summary. Mindy, here's the thing. I would imagine that these 7 things come in this.
Ooh.
So
it's an envelope.
Yes, you who said that you enjoyed the confidential.
Yeah,
envelope.
It's in a brown envelope with those 2 circles on it where you have to squiggle around the string.
The tying string.
Yeah,
there.
that's fun. I'm glad the cats aren't in here.
Mm-hmm.
But that's important to know. Okay, let's see. The first thing I'm pulling out. Ooh, sage.
Interesting.
It's like a little sage stick. Oh, it smells magical. I
it
love
appears-
sage.
For those that may not know, this appears to be just white sage.
Yeah.
There are different types.
And I think the reason that that's in this box, paranormally speaking,
Yes.
since we do believe in spirits and things like that.
There you go.
There you go. Part of our story. Sage helps cleanse spaces and areas and stuff like that. So if you're ever feeling too much negative energy in the home, just saging it can just make a world of difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's probably one of the things to know about that item as far as paranormal goes, which people might not know, you know?
Good point.
Let's see what's next. Ooh. It's some sort of...
Amulet.
Yeah. What kind of stone is this?
It's like a crystal on a necklace.
It's green.
A greener stone.
Wow, this box is full of things I love. I love
like
rocks.
tourmaline?
But it's
A
on a
necklace.
silver chain. It's a really pretty green crystal, so I'm sure we'll figure out what type it is, and then we could talk about that.
Yeah.
Next, it looks like there's a letter, or a letter and some
a note, some musical notes, symbols. It's like a collage.
Some
It's like a printer paper sized collage of numerous things.
It looks like there's another
Cat.
sheet as well.
Why is the cat wearing shoes?
Oh my gosh, I don't know, but it's cute. And then here's our letter that we have to decipher and figure out. And then, let's see what else is in here. Ooh. There is this crazy colored letter from, it looks like from a doctor's office. All right. And then, let's see, what's this? Ooh, a bunch of symbols. Okay.
Okay.
And then I think Mike's already feeling overwhelmed.
No.
And then another, here, the stranger letter. I think this is where we start. Yeah. So there's just a letter, I think, kind of describing how we go about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, is that it? Yes, that's it.
Hold it upside down.
Nothing else.
All right.
Okay, so let's count. 1, stranger letter. 2, weird symbol page. 3, doctor's office note. 4, this page of symbols. 5, cat with shoes. 6, this one that has like a music sheet and an owl and who knows what. 7, the necklace with the crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And 8, sage. So we actually have 8 items.
Unless.
One of these is like a bonus, or one of these. The letter
No,
doesn't count.
Well, no, not that it doesn't count. I would say that these two things are the same.
Oh, the two,
Because what they are is a
scanned copies.
photocopy of
Oh, I see.
both sides of a notebook.
Oh, look at that. We're already figuring stuff out.
I guess so.
All right, so should we look at this and try and figure it out?
I'm already looking at it.
All right, we'll be back.
Wish us luck.
And we're back.
We are.
So we spent about an hour on Friday looking over stuff, a little bit of yesterday on Saturday doing stuff, and now it's Sunday and I am sicker. So
In some ways.
in some ways.
Yeah, like it's moved. It's
Yeah.
changed. It's not the same.
Yeah. So, but I really loved doing this. So pretty much we had no idea the storyline for Empty Faces, The Woods, you know, and now we have a story that's started.
Yep.
So there's this young girl, Isabella, who lives with her grandma.
Did we mention spoilers? Spoilers.
Oh, there will be spoilers. This first box doesn't really tell you anything. It just sets up the story. So if you're interested in knowing that kind of stuff, before buying the box, if that's what you're interested in. But anyways, spoilers. So Bella lives with her grandma, and they live on the edge of the woods outside of town. And Bella has made friends with a girl named Kayla, and they text and started a blog together and stuff about, it's not witchcraft per se,
Yeah.
because Bella doesn't call it that.
Yeah, they call it like practictioners.
Yeah. So, with everything that we had in the box, there was the necklace and the sage, which didn't really play too much into this at all.
Maybe yet.
Not yet. But I feel like the sage did help you figure out one of the things you were supposed to decipher.
Yep.
And then there was the doctor's note, which helped lead to us discovering what happens to Bella. And then there was a tree rubbing that we had to decipher.
Oh no!
Biggs just fell off the desk because he's trying to climb up here.
My poor baby.
So there was the tree rubbing.
Why
And-
are you wet?
I don't know why he's
Why
wet.
are you wet? Why are you so wet?
And that was the flag sheet that we weren't sure about, which we deciphered that as well. Then there was the letter from Grace, which is her grandma, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Grace is her grandma.
And then there were notebook pages that we read through. So Bella is sick, essentially, is the story.
Something's wrong with her.
Yeah. So our theory is that she currently is body without soul, which means that she's just a shell of a person right now and her soul is missing.
Yep.
If you go to like the blog posts and stuff, there's a whole blog.
Well, yeah,
about-
so part of the clues that they gave you in the box is they reference a website, which is a blog that Kayla and Isabella like made together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
It's really cool because then there's this whole online aspect, and there are some blog posts that have been password protected that we haven't figured out yet. But yeah, there's a whole post about Body Without Soul, and with the doctor's note and what we could see through everything with the blog and everything. It just makes sense that that's what's happening. Plus, Kayla posted a bunch of Facebook screenshots from Isabella's Facebook page, and it looks like there's this creepy shadow thing that gets closer and closer to her through like some of her selfies and stuff, and then at the end there's just like these hands kind of in front of the camera but like blended in with the woods, so it's like it got her. So
Yeah.
There's a few other things that we like deciphered and figured out, but I don't know if they matter so much just yet, but it helped fill out the story and like what's happening.
Yeah, for sure. I know I just don't know how much we want to like give away. Like we probably don't want to be like we deciphered it this way.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I don't want to
I
tell
don't want to
people
necessarily say that, but
Yeah.
like it's it's kind of fun. I think we'll say there was a couple different ways that you could have started it or went about it. So like we just went off a theory I had based off something I thought was pretty obvious, seemed to go well, and then you like divined some other thing, and then it really made a lot of sense.
Oh yeah, so Mike, we read through the letter from the grandma first, just to kind of give us some background on everything.
Yeah.
And then you read the notebook pages, and you noticed on the letter from her grandma that obviously there was a code at the bottom.
Yeah, there's some symbols.
Yeah, a cipher. And Mike was like, well, that's obviously this. And I was like, cool. And he was like, but I don't know what these ones are. And I was like, well, that's obviously protection. And like, then we had a whole bunch of the alphabet already with symbols.
Yep.
And so we busted all that out and then started ciphering this other note that we had.
Yep.
But the ciphers, everything that we deciphered, didn't really add too much to the storyline yet. It's just some...
Well, I think it's getting you prepared for the types of things
Yeah.
you're going to need to do.
Yeah.
And then also, too, it did kind of set up some things,
Yeah.
you know, about it and kind of build the world or build the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
No, like, especially, like, with the sage and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not to give anything away, but, like...
Oh, yeah, because it did mention, like, having a moon pendant or sage or whatever, especially in the blog posts. There's a lot of detail in there about all these different aspects to this world, which I think is really cool. And also, I really love the whole... They went into hiding things with bones and animal bones and stuff in the blog, and then Kayla went to try to find Isabella because she hadn't heard from her for like 2 weeks, but she didn't know exactly where she lived. And then she noticed that in the woods, there's all these bones and stuff hanging from trees. So someone is hiding something. And is it the grandma that's hanging bones, or is it something else? Something dark, something evil, you know?
Well, I think another thing, too, is that specifically it said that prevented a specific person from seeing or finding something.
Yeah.
So if Kayla is unable to find where Isabella lives, it's because someone is specifically preventing her from finding it.
Oh.
Because it didn't just say, like, it's just a generic type of
well,
thing.
it specifically said that it's not for strangers, because strangers aren't going to usually find whatever it is
Right.
randomly.
No, true.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think we're going to keep theorizing and stuff over the next month.
Ready for my wild theory with no basis or any background right now?
Okay.
The grandma did it.
The grandma did it. I don't think so.
She got possessed by some demon and is doing his bidding and is sacrificing her granddaughter.
I don't think so.
I know, that's why I said wild, crazy accusation that makes
okay.
no sense. Like,
Yeah.
I just always like to make a really crazy one because if I'm right, it's like, what?
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't think it's that. I don't really have a wild, crazy theory yet. I just have, like, mini theories. And I think over the next month before we get our next box, we'll just have time to, like, go back over different things from it and try and, like, think about stuff that we saw in the box. So
Agree.
Yeah. So, I mean, that kind of wraps up this episode. Sorry it was kind of wonky and weird. Hopefully it made sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're going to do more episodes as we get more boxes and stuff about this, as long as it goes well. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's it. Stay spooky, spookers.
Stay spooky, friends.